Hi bosses, my name is Leah and I am a boss registered medical assistant along with a lot of other titles. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know you're going to want to. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back, and you know what you came back for. You came back for this good information that I'm going to give you. All right, guys. So as you know, this platform is always for my allied health professionals to help you guys boss up and get the tools and resources that you need. So with that being said, I am going to get y'all my book, that Negotiate Like a Boss. I've actually let somebody try it out and they have been able to increase their salary by using my book. So it's on the way, guys. I just want to make sure everything is smooth and clean, and then I'm going to release it for you guys to be able to get coming up soon. Okay, so that's that. But let's get into this video. So y'all want to know how I was able to save $20,000 in 10 months. So I'm going to tell you how I was able to do it. All right, so let's get into it. I'll be looking at my notes. So the first thing I want to do is let you know that this is very vulnerable for me because I never disclosed my pay or anything like that. But I will say this is from my very first year of contracting. So it makes me feel a lot comfortable. I've grown from that space, so I'm not there anymore. But I do want to share with you guys how it is possible to make money as a medical assistant, as a contracting medical assistant, as a contract phlebotomist, or whatever you do as an allied health professional. But this is what I was making in 2016. So I'm going to share with you guys my actual check. Yeah. Yes, my actual check. I'm going to show you, obviously I'm not going to show you the company and all that good stuff, but I'm going to show you what Baby Boss was making back in 2016 on a bi-weekly basis. And that is how I was able to essentially save $20,000. So not make, but save, as in the savings account, not my checkings account, but my savings account held $20,000 after 10 months. So I'm going to tell y'all the first thing I did. So the first thing I did was I eliminated bills. So when I first got the contract, my first thought was I had a goal. And for some reason, actually I know what it was. I met someone who told me that somebody she knew previously had saved $30,000 in 1 year, you know, doing this contract. And I was just like, man, that's a lot. But that person had a partner and they were kind of working together. So I was like, well, I think I could save about $15,000 or $20,000. And that's what a challenge I just kind of made for myself in my head. So the first thing I did to start even, you know, getting on is when I got my first paycheck, or before I even got my first paycheck, I started eliminating unnecessary bills. Like for me, I don't have any children. I just became a pet mom, and this was way after. So at the time I didn't even have my dog. I had nothing. So I was like, there's no reason that I am paying weird, wicked bills. Like, no, I got rid of all of my, and because it was contracting, all of those home-based bills that you have, eliminate those. Like, got rid of all of anything that I was not using. Like, I can't tell you guys, I went through all of my bills with a fine-tooth comb. Like, why am I paying for this? Why am I paying for that? Whatever it was, got rid of it, because I was like, I'm going to be living on the road. I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have anything, y'all. I really didn't, like nothing. So I just eliminated all the bills that I could, to where I got down to just paying for my health insurance and dental insurance, and I was paying for my car insurance, and I paid for my cell phone bill. That was it. It was nothing else for me to pay for, and I made sure of that. I didn't even pay for my subscriptions. I was using my sister's, like Netflix. Don't tell her I said that. The second thing I did was my shopping. So I don't know about y'all, but being a contractor, it can be very enticing if you're a shopper to shop in that area. Like now we do everything online, but this is back in 2016, my first contract. So I was used to like going to the stores and like, oh, this is a new store. Never been here, never been to this type of store. And so I was a shopper. So I limited my shopping because I was living in a contract lifestyle. So I was living in a hotel or Airbnb. And honestly, it got to the point like I had bought stuff and I would have to ship it back home because I didn't have any space for it. And I was like, you know what? I need to own this space. Like there's no need for me to be doing all this kind of shopping. I'm here to work, and I am not going to be just overspending on things that I'm never going to wear or use and so forth. Now, my disclaimer is this. I definitely shopped as shopping therapy when it made me happy. So I don't want anybody to think that I stopped living for 10 months. Because normally when you tell people you save money, especially this amount, people think, oh, well, she didn't eat, she didn't sleep, she didn't do. No, I'm going to insert pictures. This is me here at a Drake concert in 2016. This is me here in Montreal, Canada, renting scooters. Like when I say I lived my life, I definitely lived my life, but I just did it more strategically so that it was a benefit for me. So I eliminated some of my shopping habits that I had previously and kind of just, broke it down like, hey, I don't need all this stuff. I only shop when I was doing something. Like if I was going for an event, I would shop, right? The third thing I did was change up my food regimen. When you're contracting, you could potentially spend a lot of money on food because you don't have the energy or the resources to cook. So it's easier to be like, oh, I'm going to eat out. And that's what I did at first. But honestly, more so than my pockets, because my pockets weren't hurting for me eating out more so than I was. My tummy was like, no, not agreeing with all the junk, the fast food, the different restaurants. So I started shopping at the local grocery stores, and I would bring things home that were microwavable, that I was able to make on a small cooktop stove, and I would just travel with it because that made it so much more easier on my stomach, and it made it easier essentially on my pockets too because I wasn't spending money every day. I had bought a cooler, how to keep things cool. I had bought a thermal. Like I really was just equipped for the road. I started thinking more. I tapped into my Girl Scouts. I started thinking how to survive. And then I would save that money for whenever I wanted to go out to a very nice restaurant in the city. So I didn't cheat myself of experiences, but it was just no need for me to eat at Chick-fil-A every day. And I love Chick-fil-A, but it was no need for me to eat that every day for lunch. I know what Chick-fil-A tastes like. I don't have to have that every day. But if I'm in a new area and I want to try a very nice restaurant, of course, I'll go do that. But the other meals, I just can eliminate some of those bills by packing my lunch and preparing them. Number 4 is I learned self-discipline. So I start learning to tell myself no. Telling yourself no is a form of self-love. Honestly, it really is. Being able to tell yourself that you don't really need something and you're just buying something out of boredom, that's a huge skill set. I don't know about y'all, but like I said, when I would get down, shopping was a therapy. I didn't have any credit cards. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm in debt from shopping, but I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to get up and go shopping. But I was like, you know what? There are other things to do. I started taking an interest in hiking. I started taking an interest in museums, just other things that there are to do and explore in that city besides spending your money in a store. It's a bad habit. Learn to tell yourself no and start investing your time into things that are essentially going to invest itself back into you, into your health, into your wealth, or your sanity. All right. And the 5th thing I did, guys, just to keep it honest with you, is that I got a high paying per diem contract. I have stressed this in my other contracting videos. It is imperative that you land a contract that is paying you high and untaxable money versus the taxable amount. So even if your taxable amount or hourly rate is $10, $11, who cares? If that non-taxable amount is $20 on top of that $10, that is how you're making your money, okay? So get those contracts that has large stipends, large tax-free money, or incentives. That is where you really make your money, because the taxes on a regular taxed amount, it'll be just the same as if you're working from home. So I really only targeted contracts that had high per diem rates because I pocketed a lot of that money and was able to save. So now what you've been waiting for is my actual check, and I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna show it. Let me fold it up here because y'all want y'all zooming in and anything into the company. So you'll see the year here in my direct deposit. So here you go. So here you'll see it was $2,995 and 6 cents, I think. And you see the date up there is the 6th. I can't get my camera to focus. It's a 2016. So yeah, that's the kind of money I was making every 2 years as a new graduate. That was huge for me. So I was definitely able to pocket a lot of money and save. So I hope this video helped you out in some way, shape, or form. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and hit them below. You know I try to get back to you guys ASAP. So have a great day, bosses. Until next time.